flashing the three-finger Hunger Games salute. Hong Kongers using the same symbol as fellow democracy campaigners in Thailand and Myanmar. This is one of the biggest protest gatherings seen in Hong Kong in many months. The crowds are here to support some of the city's best-known activists brought to court on charges of subversion. They sacrificed their future for Hong Kong, and maybe this is the last chance to see them or say goodbye. That's why it means so much to me. The activists' alleged crime: organizing an informal primary election last year. The hope was to select pro-democracy candidates to run for legislative council elections, a routine matter in much of the world, but it took place shortly after the national security law took effect, and for China's rulers, it was a threat, one they say was manipulated from abroad.
A small number of countries are vilifying China by spreading lies about territories, including Hong Kong. They're up to their usual tricks of politicizing and weaponizing human rights issues to interfere in other countries' internal affairs. And we will resist this.
The activists taken to court in these vans today face up to life in prison if convicted.
47 individuals are being charged today. The Chinese and Hong Kong authorities promised that the national security law would be used in a very narrow sense. It's clear that that is no longer being the case, and that's deeply concerning to us. So that's why we're here with a number of other foreign consulates.
The international community can see the resolve of the Hong Kong people. We want the judges to be fair, to be independent, and to be objective, and give them a fair trial.
Activists are concerned that the court could be pressured to impose severe sentences in a bid to cripple the democracy movement once and for all. Hoping for international support, they say Hong Kong's last freedoms are at stake.
Well, DW's Phoebe Kong is on the ground there at the courthouse, joins me. Phoebe, what's the latest?
Well, I have been staying here outside the courtroom in Hong Kong throughout the day. Hundreds of people show up today at the court, and on the streets outside the courtroom to show support to the opposition figures prosecuted and are facing hearing inside the court right next to me. So they chant slogans such as release political criminals, and all the protest demands slogans throughout the day. And so they want to show support by being present here. So they feel that this is the few remaining ways that they can protest and express their opinions. And the situation has descended into a little bit chaos throughout the day as police accuse the public, the crowd, of endangering national security or even breaching the national security law because they chant the so-called subversive political slogans, which is now banned in Hong Kong. Now the queue is cleared and the crowd is dispersed as police cited the coronavirus restrictions rules, and we know, but the hearing is still going on.
You said the hearing is still going on. What could be the consequences of that hearing?
Well, today is the first day of the hearing of the mass prosecution of the 47 opposition figures. The court is handling the bail application and the legal procedures of the case. So the actual hearing of the case hasn't begun yet, and we're expecting more details as the hearing goes on. And speaking about the consequences of the conviction. So if the opposition figures were convicted under the national security law, they could face life imprisonment, which is a very heavy sentence under the new law, and it's also very unlikely for them to be granted bail before the hearing. So that means they could be detained until the hearing finished.
Phoebe, we've seen some support there, international support, in our report. Do you think there is enough international support?
Well, yesterday I met some of the consular staff from the Western countries here outside the court. They sent representatives to attend the hearings. So it also showed how concerning this case to the international community, that statements have been issued, including the US, the European Union, and also the UK. So in the past, many prominent activists lobbied support for the international community, but now Hong Kongers expect more from the Western countries, particularly that statements are not enough. They hope for more actions.
Phoebe Kong in Hong Kong, thank you.